Hello, my name is Gary and this is the Beech Creek Design video series. Today I'd like to talk about thin parallels and how they're utilized when machining small parts on your mill. This is my standard parallel in the shop. They're 6 inches long. It's a set. They come in varying heights. They're 1/2 inch wide. My thin parallels, they're also 6 inches long. They come in a set of varying widths or heights, but they're only a 32nd wide. Use these for machining on thin components on my mill. If you have a part such as this, it's 5/8 of an inch thick. You can still chuck it up using this 1/2 inch parallel, but if you have to do any through-hole operations, now you'll damage your tool and you'll damage your parallel trying to go all the way through. That's when you need to use these thin parallels. These thin parallels, one goes to each side in your vise. Put your part in. Everything's set. Now you can do your operations, your through-hole operations with it. The problem I have with this setup, if you're doing multiple parts, do a dozen of these. You do the first part, you take it out, you grab the other part, you come back, you accidentally knock the parallel over. Fan blows it over, any number of things. Now you have to remove your parallels, clean all this off. You've got to clean your vise out again. Get your parallels all set back up. Get your part in. Do your operations. You do that several times over a period of several parts, it gets to be a bit aggravating. What I've seen people do, take double-sided tape, put on one on the back side of each of the parallels, close your vise jaws to set the tape. They adhere very well, they stay where they're at. The problem I have with that is now you have to peel these loose and you've got sticky tape and tape residue on your vise jaws and on your parallels that you have to clean up. It can be a bit of a mess. Another thing I've seen people do is put a little bit of grease on here. Put them back in the jaws. You rub it back and forth. They'll stick. They'll stay pretty well that way. Problem I have with that is now you've got grease everywhere. When you go to pull these things out, you've got to clean everything off and it gets to be a mess. I like to keep my components as clean as possible while I'm working. What I do, I use a piece of 1/2 inch banding material. It's a metal banding material. This is about 12 to 13 inches long, stretched out. It's bent over just like a trifold billfold. Forms a spring. Put it in my vise between my parallels. Close them up. Now they're there. You do your operations on it. Take your part out. They're not going anywhere. Get your next part, put it in. Now you can complete your operations without worrying about these things falling over on you. If I'm doing a lot of these parts, I'll take these out occasionally just to clean, make sure nothing's getting under the parallels. I just like to keep things clean because some of that can give you problems sometimes. If you need to do another operation on this side, a lot of times you'll be able to just maintain the same setup. Put it down, you got to stop, put your part up against it. Now you you can do whatever you need to do on this side of the part without having to with using the same setup. Sometimes you have a larger part, you need to get over close to the edge. In that case, using a standard parallel will still get in your way. When I have something like that, I'll do a setup like this. I'll use the standard parallel as a spacer. Just drop it in. Now I can do the operations close to the vice jaw and not have to worry about hitting my parallels. I hope you enjoyed this video about thin parallels. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them below. Please subscribe if you enjoyed this video. If you want to see more about what I do, you can go to my website at beechcreekdesign.com, my Facebook page, or my Instagram page. Hope you have a great day. Thank you very much. Goodbye.